In my life, I have never drank, I have never gotten a piercing, I've never gotten a tattoo, and I've never done a single intoxicant, not even once. I decided I wanted to change one of those four things. I need to get a tattoo. I thought to myself, wow, I can use my body as a canvas to paint amazing things on there. I could get an owl on my chest. I can get a peanut on my butt cheek. There's so many things, but the options are endless. I thought to myself, well, if I want to let an artist use my skin as paper, might as well find a good artist, right? So I began looking throughout my local inquiries and seeing who was good at doing tattoos. I was excited. I perused the area, and I had discovered that mostly it was misogynistic, abusive band members that are really good at art, or people that know band members that have an ex that's crazy and colored hair. That was a lot of my options. So I went to the first person I saw. I go and call him up. I say, hey, how do I get an appointment? He said, we do walk-ins. I said, oh, that's great. So I go walk to him, and I'm excited. I get all my things ready. I enter the building, stoic, ready to see what he has in store for me. I'm thinking I could probably get like the Sharingan on my left arm and maybe a pack of peanuts and a cigarette lighter on my butt cheek. I was excited. I wanted to get something. Maybe the Avatar tattoos down the shaft of my phallic member. I was really excited to see what I could get as a tattoo. You know, it glowed up every time I'm about to climax. It'll be cool. So he said, all right, this is my portfolio. He had a book of all the things he's done. I said, this is amazing. Do you have any black people that you've done? He said, oh no, you'd be the first. I said, how long have you been tattooing? He said, 10 years. I said, 10 years? Gee willikers. I said, okay, well, I'm a little bit perplexed. Why are there no black people? He said, oh, I just haven't had the opportunity to work with dark skin. Now, I know that dark skin is hard to work with. I know this deeply. Something I've heard from many people in the tattoo community. A lot of people don't know how to do dark skin. So I say, do you know anybody that has done dark skin? He said, that's a tough one. I think my buddy Matt has done it. I said, okay, point me in the direction of Matt. He said, okay. So I go in the direction of Matt. I go to Matt. Matt says, we do walk-ins. Super excited. Cool, he does walk-ins. So I go walk to Matt. Matt says, hey, just look at my Instagram and see what I've done. All of his pictures are in black and white. Very artistic, very nice. Some of them have color, but they're all very stoic, very Romanesque in the way that their art is done. The artistry is outstanding. I think it's great. I say, this is amazing. I would love to like the side of a church chapel. Do you have any black people? He said, and that was something I heard in the core of my Rosa Parks soul. I felt it in my Martin Luther Oblongata. I felt that deeply because this told me deeply that he did not do black people. He said, it's harder to do black people because you got to go deeper in their skin and the color grading is difficult. I didn't know anything about color grading. I'm not an artist. I don't draw. So I said, okay, do you know any black guys that do tattoos? He said, oh, I do know a black guy that does tattoos. He then proceeds to direct me towards a black guy, which I was excited about. I was like, okay, he's a black dude. He must do black people in his portfolio. There's no universe. There's no multiverse in which he doesn't. I go over to him. Go over to my friend. My new friend I'm hoping he could become. And he looks at me and says, oh, good evening. I can tell by his vernacular immediately that I'm the first black person he's seen in 20 years. I don't know why. I could just feel that. I can tell he's played Smash Bros. And I can tell that he loves Tekken. Maybe it was his hairline, the glasses, the fact that he was light-skinned. It was a lot of things going on. So I proceed to look and ask him. I say, you have an Instagram, right? He says, yes. I say, can I see your Instagram? He says, sure. He grabs my phone, pulls up an Instagram, scrolls down. I look through. I found one extremely light-skinned person. Light-skinned to the point where I wouldn't even consider her to be dark-skinned. It was insane. She would have a seat at both tables, realistically. I was concerned. I said, have you ever done skin as dark as mine? He said, no, I haven't. I said, why? He said, tattoo community don't really show off a lot of dark skin. I said, okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine, but now I have the now go to my friend who's black and has done tattoos. Oh, sorry, who's black and has tattoos. I apologize. And I say, where'd you get your stuff done? He said, prison. I said, oh, interesting. And he said, yeah, most people, when they see tattoos on black people, they think they gangsters or something. They think they're hood. They call them urban tattoos. I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know there was this weird, deep racism in the tattoo community. And I didn't want to believe it. To this day, I still slightly don't believe it. I really don't. I don't. But the more and more I investigate, the more I check, the more DMs I get about this specific situation, the more I'm learning, the more I reach out to these artists, the more I'm discovering that these guys don't do black skin, is what I'm discovering. There are a few exceptions. That's fair. There are a few people that have great tattoos that are black. I appreciate that, and that's fine. But I think I've discovered something. I discovered that I never want to get a tattoo ever in my life. I don't think it's for me. I don't think that in my soul, in my genes, and in my body, I want to get a tattoo. Why? I am discouraged. I am not excited. Because the majority of tattoos that I see on Instagram portfolios are of Caucasian people. Now, an argument I've heard towards this is there's more white people in America. White people have more money to get tattoos, which is fair. You know, I want to say this, and this may be a bit controversial. White people are richer than black people on a wide scale. That is not to do with classism, I think. I think that has to do with the fact that there's just more white people. There's just more of them. 60% of America is white. That's what I think. That's not a fact of the matter of racist intention. It's just more people get more things. That's just how it works. To be fair, if you really look at the math behind it, there are probably more people in poverty that are of Caucasus descent. That makes sense. There's 60% of the population. That makes sense in America. Only 13% of the population is black. That makes sense to me, considering the fact that we don't make up that much of the population. The rest is every other race. That just makes sense to me. But I think I am wholly discouraged from getting a tattoo until what is going on behind me, where I'm showing you the Instagrams of people that do tattoos, all I can find are white people. And that is not to say that I have anything against white people. I don't. I really don't. I think it's fair to show off the color. You want to use white paper. That just makes sense to me. That's fair. You want to show off your color grading skills and the difference of colors. You don't want to use a dark canvas because some people say you're painting on black paper. That's not true. You're painting on brown paper. You can do that. That's real. You just got to understand colors. If that is your hill and you wish to die on it, that is fine by me. I have decided that I do not want to be a part of getting a tattoo. I am not encouraged. No one can convince me anymore because I've searched 27 times. And I hate doing something over and over again, expecting a different result when it's the same result each time. That's insanity. And I refuse to be called insane. I'm Saros TV. I'm out. Peace. Bye.